Hey guys, it's the nerd half of this Nerdtroverts duo, and today I'm talking about some disappointing books that I have read. So these books aren't necessarily bad or like the worst books I've ever read. It's more books that I had hyped up in my head or other people had hyped up for me, or that I had just great expectations for, and then I read it and I was just let down. It was just disappointing. The first book is Alice's Adventures in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll. Alice in Wonderland, if you don't know, is about this girl called Alice who falls down a rabbit hole and finds herself in a world that just doesn't make sense, which is perfect for Alice because she hates things that make sense, and she just gets to explore and meet all of these interesting people. Or at least they should be interesting, but they kind of aren't. In my opinion. This is a very opinionated video. I had to read this book for uni, but growing up, you know, you just hear about Alice in Wonderland and there's all these movies, and Disneyland, Disney World have like Alice features and things, so I expected a lot. I was just really disappointed by the writing and the story. Maybe it's because I'm too old to enjoy the simplicity of Alice in Wonderland, but I just wish that there was more of a structure to it. Like, I get the whole like nonsense making sense, but I just don't like how it was done. I was just really disappointed by this book. The next book I have here might be a favourite of some of yours. It's A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J Maas. I had such high expectations for this book and I was just really disappointed. So it's not that I didn't like the book per se, like it's a good book and I might continue the series. But I'd read Throne of Glass by Sarah J Maas and everyone said A Court of Thorns and Roses was just as good, if not better. And it focused more on the Fae and I was so excited for it, and then I read it and it just didn't meet the expectations I had placed on it, which is unfair for a book. Court of Thorns and Roses, if you don't know, is about this girl who accidentally kills a Fae and then she's taken to the Fae world as like a life debt. She now belongs to this Fae king because she killed one of his friends or something, and it's about her learning to live in the Fae world, and there's a romance, as there always is. And that's pretty much the plot of this book. I was just so disappointed by it that I haven't actually picked up the sequel yet because I just can't be bothered. I feel like if I hadn't hyped it up so much, I would have connected to it better. But I did hype it up, and so I didn't connect to it as well as I was supposed to, and I just don't have any real feelings towards this book, if I'm honest. Like, I don't particularly care about any of the characters or the world. It's just a book that I read. The next book I want to talk about is actually the book that sort of inspired this video, and it's The Marked Girl by Lindsay Klingele. I don't know how to pronounce her surname. This is a book I found out about through BookTube, actually. There was like a book trailer done by some booktubers about this book and it looked really interesting. Like, it looked cliche, but sometimes I kind of like a cliche book. And so I ordered it and I was excited to read it, and I was like, yeah, this is going to be a great book. Like, I'm going to love it and enjoy it, and you know, it's going to be interesting. And it sucked. It just fell flat in a lot of areas. This book, if you don't know, is about this orphan who one day meets these three people from a different world, and she's marked and they have to adventure to find the you know, I don't know what they had to do, actually. I don't remember. I think she was being hunted because she was marked. But beyond that, my knowledge of the plot is kind of gone from my head. The romance in this book felt really unnatural. It was sort of like, I knew they were going to get together because heteronormativity, they always get together, but it just didn't seem to work. There was no real attraction or sense that they liked each other beyond just like the forcefulness of the author. And I just didn't like how that played, and the characters were really basic and one-dimensional, and I just really wanted something better. The next book I want to talk about is Lotus Blue by Kat Sparks. This is a recent release. It is an Australian debut novel and it's sci-fi. I had to read this for uni, but I thought this was going to be a great book. The back sound interesting. It's about these two sisters who are traveling with like a nomad group in the desert, and the big sister Nini has kept a secret from Star, and it's like seriously impacts Star's life when she finds out. And like I was like, yeah, this is gonna be great, and it had the potential to be great, but the writing just ruined it. I just couldn't enjoy it. There was no tension or suspense because of all these different point of views, and it just, there's like 7 focalizing characters all with point of views, and there's just no suspense, and it had the potential to be great, and it just couldn't deliver, which sucks. The last book I want to talk about, don't shoot me for this, is Lord of Shadows by Cassandra Clare. So this is the sequel to Lady Midnight, part of the Dark Artificers and part of the overarching Shadowhunters Chronicles. So this is the sequel that follows Emma and Julian as they sort of figure out who they are to each other, and basically Lady Midnight is about these 2 people who can't be in love, who do fall in love, and it's about the family, and then the brother who was banished comes back and tries to figure out how to be part of the family again, and there's all these like interesting plot threads, and I really enjoyed Lady Midnight. And so I picked up Lord of Shadows expecting great things, and I read the first chapter and I just didn't care. I don't know if I had somehow detached myself in the year between the book releases or what, but I just wanted so much more from this book. I think the only character I really liked was Kit, and all the others just kind of didn't matter to me, I guess. And I really wanted to enjoy this book, and obviously I'm still going to read Queen of Air and Darkness when it comes out, but this kind of really fell flat for me. I just wished it was better than it was. So that is all of the books that I have to talk about that were disappointing because I had such high expectations and it just fell flat. And if you have any books like that, if you have read books and you just wish they were better than they were, comment down below. Actually, I just thought of another one. Oh, I'm gonna do it. The last book that I've just thought of, Lord of Olympus by Rick Riordan. Oh, so I didn't think I'd be including Rick Riordan in this list. Holy shit. Now don't get me wrong, I love the Heroes of Olympus and I love the characters, I love everything about it, but this book, oh, I just remembered how disappointed I was by this book. I truly wish that Rick Riordan had spent another year writing it and making it better, because there are so many like plot threads that just don't do anything in this book. Like there's that whole Frank's Sarcastic burning and Hazel's curse and Percy's fatal flaw that was all meant to like do something, and it didn't. It just didn't. And then Leo just was an idiot, and I am just so, like, I still love the series and like I love the writing, but I just wanted so much more. It was hyped up so much, and the fight with Gaia was hyped up so much, and it just kind of fell flat at the end. It was done in like half a page, and I was like, what was all of that build up? Like, I get like they would never been able to defeat her because she's so powerful and everything, but I just wish it was done better. And I'm so mad that I just included this book. He didn't really close up the plot threads in the way that he should have. And like, I know he's like continued the Percy Jackson series sort of with Trials of Apollo, but it's not really the same, and it kind of sucks. I'll be honest with you, this book actually did kind of suck. Like, I loved it all the way through, but I just wish it was longer, and I wish that he'd gone into more detail with certain things. I'm so sorry that I have said those things. Oh, that was hard on my heart just then. But anyway, now that is all the books that I have to talk about. Let me know if you have any books that you have read that were just really disappointing to you. Comment them down below. I would love to know what books you just wished were better. Don't forget to subscribe so you can see our new videos when they come out, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!